With the Season 3 Reloaded update and the 80s Action Heroes event that kicked off a couple of weeks ago, we saw a little bit of a meta shift within Warzone, something that now a lot of people are going towards that is 100% worth that risk of trying to get it early on. Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest high-risk, high-reward things within Warzone and why it's absolutely insane to use within whether it be Plunder or BR. As we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this hero? Do you guys think it's worth it? Do you go for it every game? Do you pick it up off dead bodies only? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts. But as well, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone and anything COD related. We're on that road to 500,000 subscribers, so if you guys would like to join the community, I'd love to have you. But said, let's jump right into it. Okay, so I don't mean this in the conventional way that I would describe other broken items within Warzone. It's not a matter of this is broken to the point where it's going to be inevitably fixed or has to be taken out. I mean it more so in the way that it offers the most boost to your play than anything else in Warzone, and it's the most advantageous item to end up getting. That being Specialist. Now, I won't lie when I say that I absolutely love using this, but man, I hate going up against it because it is something that is that good that helps the player out that much. So I guess we should firstly start by saying how to get this and how to get it every game. For those that aren't a fan of maybe how much this affords the player, to our knowledge, this is only available for another few weeks here, up until about Season 4. If it's added into another Easter egg after that, that's for time to tell, but right now it's only obtained via the Nakatomi Plaza Easter egg, and it's become a regular game strat as of lately because it is so easy to obtain. In BR and in Plunder, the way to end up getting this is by doing the Unfinished Business contract, in which that literally is just a scavenger contract that takes you through Nakatomi Plaza, starting on the first floor, going to the second, and then the third, and then all the way up to the 31st or 32nd floor where that vault is once you end up getting the key card. If you end up opening the vault here, you end up getting an absurd amount of cash if you're the first one to do this, about $100,000 in BR and about $500,000 in Plunder. So being the first to do it is absolutely the most advantageous, but if you end up getting in there, even if you're not the first, you still have the potential to reap the rewards of the safety deposit boxes. Now, we covered this entire thing here and how to get all 3 safety deposit boxes open a couple of weeks ago when this was introduced. That video is still up on the channel, but if you end up doing that Unfinished Business contract and get the safety deposit box key number 1, that will give you some extra cash, a field upgrade, and Specialist bonus. And depending on what game mode you end up playing it in, solos, duos, trios, or quads, it will give you enough for your entire team, which is incredibly helpful. Now, from here, well, you're kind of set because you have, if you're playing BR, $100,000 in cash. You can get loadout drops, self revives, UAVs, ammo boxes, armor boxes, you name it, plus Specialist, all for completing a scavenger contract. But why is Specialist so dangerous per se? Or rather, why is it so worthwhile to go for? And I'm sure that there are plenty that haven't played Modern Warfare's MP that would have ended up experiencing this in a regular traditional MP format last year. And truth be told, if you're not someone that was really paying attention to the fine details, you might not even notice that Specialist was even in the game because it's hidden away in the UI, very small, with the square X or whatever you have it bound onto on PC to activate it and create a class. But this is something that has been around in Warzone before out of a couple of Easter eggs, the most recent being, I believe, the subway station Easter egg, but that was only for 1 or 2 Specialist tokens. But Specialist turns your operator into a super soldier. Traditionally speaking, when you get your loadout, you're outfitted with 1 or 2 primary weapons with 5 attachments, given your perk selection, a lethal, a tactical, and 3 perks that you can end up choosing here at this. But with Specialist, you end up getting all perks in the game, including double time, which doubles your duration of tac sprint, which is huge, and as well increases the crouch movement speed by 30%, EOD, which reduces damage from non-kill streak explosives and fire, like grenades and thermites, Cold-Blooded, which keeps you off the AI targeting systems and thermal optics, while also not triggering high alert, meaning that if someone else has Specialist, they won't be notified when you aim at them and vice versa, if you have it as well. Kill Chain, which will increase your odds of finding streaks in caches or crates. Quick Fix, which will immediately start your health regeneration when getting a kill. Restock, which will then allow you to get your lethals and tacticals back after using them. Hardline, which will decrease the buy station costs of most items, excluding things like teammate buybacks and loadout drops. High Alert, which will show you a yellow pulse in the direction of an enemy once they aim at you. Ghost, which will keep you undetected by UAVs, drones, and heartbeat sensors. Point Man, which will increase your contract yield totals. Tune-Up, which will allow you to revive players 25% faster, Amped, which will allow you to swap weapons and rocket launcher reloads faster, Shrapnel, which will deal health regen delays with explosive damage, Battle Hardened, which reduces the strength of enemy flash, stuns, and gas grenades, while also making you immune to snapshot grenades, Spotter, which will allow you to see enemy equipment, field upgrades, and things like loadout drops in war zones that you can then mark for your teammates by ADSing on them, and also you can hack them as well. And finally, Tracker, which will allow you to see enemy footsteps for about 3 to 4 seconds after they walk over an area, as well as hiding your death icons, that skull that shows above enemies you kill, which makes callouts for your enemy teams even harder. Now, that's not the only thing you get as well, because there are also weapon perks of Frangible Wounding, which is a weapon perk that will delay health regeneration, Mo Money, Recon, Heavy Hitter, FMJ, and Presence of Mind, all for Modern Warfare weaponry. But also, you end up getting things like Sleight of Hand, again for Modern Warfare weapons. Incredibly helpful when it comes to gunfights, but overall, you also end up getting a movement boost, which is about a 10% increase in that move speed you have. So that's essentially like having Dead Silence on for as long as you have Specialist. You just don't have that footstep audio concealment or the FOV adjustment. Now, the only downside here is that you miss out on a lot of this stuff if you end up using Cold War weaponry. Those things like those weapon perks, those only apply to Modern Warfare weapons, which is a huge bummer because that's half the bonus there essentially. And while Warzone right now is in a great state, I'd say that about 75% of maybe like those 20 to 25 meta weapons, if you want to call it that, is still going to be Cold War weapons. So you can use things like Sleight of Hand, like Frangible Wounding, FMJ, and the likes, but only on those Modern Warfare weapons. But even just with that perk boost, that's insane. Because while you're normally limited to a few crutch perks, my go-to with perks for almost the past 7-8 months has been EOD, Overkill, and Amped in loadout 1, maybe swapping to a second loadout that's either containing EOD, Ghost, or Restock, while also having Amped to keep my 2 weapons on that second free loadout. This changes everything. I'm not sure if I'll have thrown it into the intro clip or not, but Specialist literally saved a win clutch for me and my team the other night here, where we are a bit too hard focused on one team making an impossible cross here that it was basically free kills for us. But we knew there was going to be one guy somewhere else on a different team. We just didn't know exactly where he was. Then my quick flash of the high alert pinged and having Specialist, I knew the general area, then, well, the rest was kind of on the guy who was wearing all white in a green forest in an open field. That was kind of like a stick out like a sore thumb situation. But point being, it offers so much more in the way of being able to play a bit more aggressive or a bit more how you always wanted to play without having to fall back on just a couple of different perks. Then, if you die, one of the great things is that you can land back and not need to rely on another loadout because you pick up that Specialist token. You have all the perks once again here. So if you have Specialist, make sure that you don't get looted if you die. Try and have your friends get your trades and vice versa. Be that good teammate for them and hope that they're not going to steal the Specialist bonus if you die, if you are the one in the gunfight. But truthfully, Specialist is insane. I both love and hate it, again, because it's awesome to play with, but it's incredibly painful to go up against because there is that huge differential in just fundamental offerings that their class loadouts then offer them. Now, the nice part, or maybe not so nice part if you really like this, is that right now it is only for a limited time. Like we mentioned, this is part of the Nakatomi Plaza Easter egg, but that means that once Nakatomi Plaza goes away here at the end of the season, so will then that Easter egg. Now, if this is something that is introduced later on in Season 4 with a secondary Easter egg or something that follows up here at this, we don't quite know what the future holds. I mean, we have seen Specialists before, again, in a couple of different areas, most notably that subway Easter egg in Season 6, I believe that was, of Modern Warfare. That's something that could come back, but for the time being, if you want to experience this, if you want to be a super soldier, jump on, try it out, and maybe see how you like it. Maybe it is worth risking it all at the very beginning here and getting it early on so that you can end up absolutely slaying out through an entire lobby. But that said, I want to take a little bit of time today and talk about this because the last couple of days here that I've been playing Warzone, it's been every single game you come across at least the players that have it. If not, you get to kill them and pick it up. It is a mainstay in terms of the sort of meta or strats right now in terms of Warzone, so try it out if you haven't done so already. It's an absolute blast to play with, maybe not so much to go up against. But that said, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys liking Specialist bonus here within Warzone? Do you think it has a place within Warzone? Do you hope it gets removed? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. But hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone and anything COD related. We'll keep you up to date with absolutely everything you need to know. As well, if you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.